So if you're completely over your factory headlights and want a unique look for your Jeep and better lighting performance at the same time, these axial 7-inch LED headlights with the DRL, signal functions, black housing, and a clear lens will be a great addition to your 1997 to 2018 TJ or JK Wrangler. Now these will offer a split design with an amber light bar in the center for a standout look for the front of your Jeep that will modernize the appearance compared to the plain factory headlights. These will also be a great addition if your headlights are starting to show some wear and you want an upgraded replacement to not only refresh the housing, but also to get some better lighting performance with the LED construction. These will also just downright outperform the factory lights with not only the LEDs, but also the additional daytime running light and signal features, making you a lot more noticeable when driving around on the street for safety and of course style. These headlights will feature a black housing and a clear polycarbonate lens, offering a stealthy look while being durable and able to withstand any lighter hits from kick up on the street or even branches on the trail. Now speaking of durability, this set will come with an IP67 water and dust proof rating for optimal protection to your LEDs inside. Now, these will also include the high intensity white Cree LEDs, which will increase the light output compared to your factory ones, create a more uniform beam pattern for better visibility, and again, offering a modernized appearance. Not to mention, these will include an amber DRL light bar right in the center, as you can see, that will offer turn signal capabilities, again, keeping you a lot more noticeable when driving. These will also be DOT and SAE certified for a little bit of peace of mind there. Now when it comes to price, these are going to be relatively affordable at around $150 for the set. Now compared to other choices, I like that this will include a non-traditional approach to the DRL compared to the very popular Halo style, and also offer the additional turn signal functions. Not to mention, it keeps it pretty timeless with the reflector style look while still upgrading to LEDs at the same time. Now other options on the page may be styled a bit differently, may have a different bulb type like an HID, or may have color changing features or even projector lenses on the inside of the headlight. Now I think if you don't necessarily need that, you're just looking for a good looking light that will offer you the visibility that you need at a good price, then these are a great pick. Now install will be a pretty easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about an hour to get these installed with some basic hand tools. I would like to mention there is a little bit of wiring involved, however it is very straightforward, so I'm going to keep it at a 1 out of 3 wrenches. And at this point we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed breakdown of the install. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
For this install we're going to be using a trim removal tool, a wire stripper and crimp connector crimper tool, a Phillips head screwdriver, a pair of wire cutters, and 4 crimp connectors. All right, so today we're going to be installing a set of LED headlights on a 2014 Jeep Wrangler. Okay, so our first step is we're going to remove the front grille. And to do that, we're going to remove 6 push clips with our trim removal tool. So we're going to slide the trim removal tool underneath, kind of wiggle, pry up, and careful not to bend the head or rip the head off. Once they're up, you should be able to pull it out just like that. Do these guys all across the top. Sometimes they might come apart in 2 pieces. Just use that trim removal tool and pull the second half out too. Sometimes you might have to come at them at a different angle. And the last one down here. Okay, so now that we have those push clips out of the top of this grill, we can grab it firmly from the bottom, give it a nice pull, and these retention clips are going to pop out of the rad support. Just like that. Don't walk away with it because there's plugs connected to these lights we're going to have to take off. Now we can get access to the turn signal here behind the grill. There's this clip here. We're going to push this back. This is a lock. So once that's pushed back, we can push the tab down at the end and pull it right off. And then we're going to go ahead and repeat this exact process on the other side. Now that we have access to these 4 screws holding the trim ring over the headlight, we can take our Phillips head screwdriver and go ahead and pull them out. 2. Drop that. Third one is underneath here. Make sure you're holding the headlight because they'll fall out once you have these screws out here. Okay, now we can go ahead and that guy's hanging in there. Go ahead and remove the trim ring. Your headlight should be able to come out of its socket. Then we have a plug back here, the same style with that red safety clip. Push it back, push the tab down. Should be able to pull it right off the headlight. And then we'll go ahead and repeat the exact process on the other side. So now we're ready to install the new headlights. And the installation is going to be reverse of the removal, except for the fact that we're going to have to wire in the running lights. So we can go ahead and plug these into the back of the harness and plug the adapter harness in to the back of the headlight harness and then plug it into the car and mount the headlight up. Now we're going to put the included extension wires onto the back of the headlight harness. So we're going to put respective yellow to yellow and red to red. These should slide on just like that. Here's the yellow. Take the red, do the same. Now we're going to take these two long extensions, fish them through the headlight socket. Now that we have our wire extensions installed, we're going to fish them through the headlight socket and down to the turn signal area. Like that. And then we can take our headlight harness extension. It's an adapter so you can use these headlights with the factory headlight plug. Slide that in. Now we can go ahead and plug it into the green factory headlight connector. Slide it in like that, and then we'll push the red safety clip down. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is push our wiring back into the headlight socket. And we're going to put our headlight into the headlight socket. Now there are these alignment tabs in the socket here that correspond to the headlight, and you know your headlight's in the right position when the text that's embossed onto the lens is right side up. So we're going to go ahead and drop it in. Line up our tabs here, just like that. Snug in there, and then we can put the trim ring on. Orient this right as well. Should fit pretty snug. Have to work it in a little bit. Like that. Line it up with the holes. Like that. Everything's lined up, and we can put our Phillips head screws back in. Then we can put the other two screws in on the other side. So now that our headlight is secure, we can move on to wiring. So now we're ready to do some wiring. I went ahead and cut the two white wires and trimmed the ends so we have some copper exposed. And I trimmed our yellow and red harness extension wires from the plug on the light down to length and trimmed the ends of the plastic coating off them as well. So our first step is we're going to identify the wire. It's white with a red stripe on the passenger side. They are different colors on the driver's side as well. But on the passenger side here, we're going red and white for the yellow turn signal wire. I'm going to go ahead and wrap the body harness side with the yellow wire, just like that, so we can get a good connection between the two. I'm going to take a crimp connector, slide it in, like that. We're going to crimp it down. Now we're going to make sure we're getting the white and red wire from the turn signal plug side. We're going to slide that into the other end. Crimp it on first, like that. Triple check you're putting the right wire in. Okay. That's the turn signal. Now we're on to the red wire, driving light. We're going to do the same thing, the brown and white wire. Going to wrap them together. Slide a crimp connector over those two. Like that. Crimp them down. Grab the white and brown wire from the plug side, slide it in, put my crimper on first, like that. And crimp. So now we have our LED headlight wired in to the turn signal plug. So we can go ahead, move on to the other side, and then install the grille. Now we can go ahead and repeat this process on the other side. And then we can put the grille back on, plug our turn signal bulb back in, and we're good to go. So now we can go ahead and plug our turn signal bulb back in. We're going to put this plug on and push real tight until it clips. And push our safety back in, and you can go ahead and repeat this process on the other side. Then to install the grille, what we're going to do is go ahead and set it onto its home up top, line up those push clips in the bottom, and just push it right back into place like that. You'll hear it snap in. And then what we can do is just put our push clip back in. Go ahead and pop that in the hole, push the head down. Same here. Like that. And that's it. We just installed the Axial 7-inch LED headlights with driving lights and signal function with the black housings and clear lenses for a 1997 to 2018 Jeep Wrangler TJ and JK. For these products and lots of other videos and other products, remember to keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.